Honestly, Your Honor, I find this entire proceeding incredibly boring. You don't have the guts to convict me.
The courtroom doors swing open with the kind of creak that announces drama before a single word is spoken, and in strides Aiden Victor Roth, 18 years old, hair slicked back like he's walking onto a yacht instead of into a municipal traffic court that smells of lemon polish and old coffee. His sneakers, limited edition, $500 kicks, squeak against the linoleum with the arrogance of someone who's never been told no. He drops into the defendant's chair like it's a throne, legs sprawled, phone already in hand, thumbs flying across the screen as if the judge, the bailiff, the very concept of consequence is just another notification to swipe away. The gallery is half full. A retired couple here for a parking ticket, a nervous mom clutching paperwork for her teenage son, a local reporter who smells blood in the water. The air is thick, electric, the kind of tension that makes your skin prickle because everyone knows something is about to pop. Judge Frank Caprio, 70-something, white hair like a storm cloud, eyes that have seen every excuse in the book, sits high on the bench in his black robe, gavel resting like a loaded weapon. He's been doing this for decades. Traffic court, small claims, the unglamorous grind of justice where real life collides with the law. He's famous on YouTube for kindness, for reducing fines for single moms, for giving second chances to kids who remind him of his own. But today the kindness is sheathed, and the steel beneath glints sharp. The clerk, Miss Lewis, a woman with a voice like a librarian who moonlights as a drill sergeant, calls the docket. Case number 2025 TR 47286, Commonwealth versus Aiden Victor Roth. Before she can finish, before the charges are even read, Aiden looks up from his phone, smirks, and drops the bomb. "My dad can buy you." The words land like a grenade in a library. Silence detonates. The retired couple gasps. The mom's hand flies to her mouth. The reporter's pen freezes mid-scribble. Even the air conditioning seems to stutter. Judge Caprio doesn't flinch, but his pen stops moving. He sets it down with deliberate calm, the click of plastic on wood echoing like a gunshot. "Mr. Roth," he says, voice low, controlled, the kind of quiet that makes your heart race because you know a storm is coming. "You're addressing a court of law. That statement is now on the record. Do you understand what that means?" Aiden shrugs, bored like he's waiting for an Uber. "I understand my father owns half this city." The gallery shifts uneasily. The attorney, some high-priced suit flown in from Roth Capital Group's legal battalion, shoots to his feet, tie flapping like a surrender flag. "Your Honor, my client is young and—" Caprio cuts him off with a look that could freeze lava. "Counselor, your client just made a statement that undermines the integrity of this proceeding. We'll address that. First, let's establish the facts." He nods to Miss Lewis. "Call the case. Fully this time." The clerk clears her throat, voice steady, but laced with the thrill of witnessing history. Charges: speeding 68 miles per hour in a posted 35-mile-per-hour school zone during active hours, reckless operation, failure to obey a lawful order. The words hang heavy, each syllable a brick in the wall of consequence Aiden is about to slam into. Caprio leans forward, eyes locked on the boy who thinks money is a superpower. "Before we pull the audio, tell us where you're watching from and subscribe to Order in the Court. This only gets more uncomfortable." The attorney tries again, sweat beading under his collar. "Your Honor, we're prepared to pay the fines and resolve this today." Caprio's response is ice. "Counselor, this court is not a payment portal. Your client was clocked at nearly double the speed limit in an active school zone. We're going to review the evidence. Officer Rodriguez, please take the stand." Officer Thomas Rodriguez strides in, uniform crisp, badge gleaming, the kind of cop who's seen too many close calls and carries the weight of it in his shoulders. He raises his right hand, swears in, voice steady as granite. "Officer Rodriguez, read your incident narrative into the record." He doesn't hesitate. "Tuesday, October 15th, 8:47 a.m., speed enforcement on Elmwood Avenue near Carver Elementary. School zone active, beacon flashing. Speed limit 35. LiDAR clocked a black sports sedan westbound at 68 miles per hour. I activated lights and siren. Vehicle continued 2 blocks before pulling into a parking lot. Driver, identified as Aiden Roth, stated, "Call my lawyer first." I explained procedure. He said, "Do you know who pays your salary?" Citations issued for speeding, reckless operation, failure to obey. The courtroom is a tomb. You could hear a pin drop or a rich kid's ego shatter. Caprio makes a note, the scratch of pen on paper the only sound. Dash cam and body cam footage? Yes, Your Honor. Play the body cam audio, relevant exchange only. A hiss, then Aiden's voice, sharp as a blade. "Do you know who pays your salary?" The gallery recoils. Caprio lets the silence fester, a living thing that crawls up your spine. "Mr. Roth, did you make that statement?" Aiden's smirk is a weapon. "Yeah, so what?" Caprio's voice doesn't rise, but it cuts deeper for it. "Context matters. Officer Rodriguez was doing his duty. You attempted to intimidate him by invoking financial authority. Speed is physics, not privilege." He turns to Miss Lewis. "Any contacts to this court prior to today?" She flips through a log, eyes gleaming with the thrill of exposing the machine. 2 calls, 1 voicemail, all from Roth Capital Group Legal Counsel. Timestamps? First call, 9:23 a.m., 36 minutes after the stop. Voicemail, 9:58. Play it. A polished voice fills the room, smooth as silk, slimy as oil. "This is calling on behalf of Victor Roth regarding case 2025 TR 47286. We'd like a quiet resolution before hearing." "Return this call at your convenience." The attorney jumps up. "Your Honor, my client isn't responsible for—" "Overruled," Caprio snaps. "Pressures on process belong on the record. I'm documenting facts, counselor, not speculating." Miss Lewis continues, voice rising with the drama. "Text from defendant to dad at 9:02 a.m. Got cited. He'll make calls. Don't sweat it." Caprio reads it aloud, each word a nail in Aiden's coffin. "Expectation of rescue is not a defense." He flips a page. "Prior citations? 3 and 18 months, all resolved by counsel, no personal appearances." Aiden shrugs when Caprio looks at him. "My lawyer handles it." Caprio's eyes narrow. "Your lawyer pays fines. That's not accountability. The tension is a live wire, sparking, ready to burn. School zones protect children, Mr. Roth. Do you understand that?" "I guess." "Officer, were children present?" "Yes, crossing guard posted, 20 students crossing." Caprio's voice hardens. "You drove 68 past 20 kids. Stopping distance at that speed?" Aiden's nonchalance cracks slightly. "I stopped fine. 2 blocks after lights. That's defiance." The judge leans in, voice a scalpel. "Back to your opening. My dad can buy you. Do you stand by that?" Aiden's smirk returns, bolder now, reckless. "He has dinner with the mayor monthly. Funds half the charities. Yeah, he could make this go away." Miss Lewis reads it back, verbatim. The stenographer's record a death knell. The gallery is breathless, hearts pounding. The thrill of watching privilege faceplant into justice. Caprio's voice drops to a whisper that somehow fills the room. "You just told this court wealth supersedes law. That's not hyperbole. It's a direct challenge to this bench." Aiden, drunk on his own audacity, doubles down. "My dad has more power than you." The judge straightens, robe rustling like a battle flag. Finding, guilty on all counts. Fines $1,200, 90-day license suspension, mandatory driver safety course. He pauses, the room holding its breath. "But your statements to the officer, to this court, represent contempt, direct contempt, conduct in my presence obstructing justice. You told every person here justice is for sale. It's not. Not in this courtroom." The gallery leans forward, pulses racing. "For direct contempt, 30 days at the adult correctional institutions. Review after 15 if you show reflection. Officer Wilson, take him into custody." The bailiff moves like a shadow, cuffs glinting. Aiden's smirk vanishes, face draining of color. "Wait, what?" The attorney is frantic. "Your Honor, he didn't mean—" He said exactly what he meant, twice. The metallic click of handcuffs is a thunderclap. Aiden's voice cracks. "You can't, my dad will—" "Your dad will do nothing. This is immediate." Miss Lewis notes the time. 10:31 a.m., 31 minutes from call to custody. The next case is called A Frazzled Mom with an Expired Registration. Caprio reduces her fine to $25 for honesty. The contrast is brutal, delicious, a spotlight on justice's blindfold. But the story doesn't end there, it explodes. Within 72 hours, body cam footage hits the internet. My Dad Can Buy You trends nationwide. Headlines scream, teen tells judge my dad can buy you, leaves in cuffs. Roth Capital's legal team files motions, First Amendment, youthful indiscretion, charity letters. Caprio's denial is a masterpiece, not hyperbole. A calculated assertion wealth supersedes law. Contempt stands. 15 days later, Aiden appears via video from ACI, jumpsuit baggy, face gaunt, eyes haunted. Your Honor, I was wrong. I thought money meant power. I endangered kids, insulted the officer, the court. I'm ashamed. Caprio probes. Your words? Mine. 15 days to think. The judge nods. Shame is change's seed. Custody reduced to time served, but restorative plan. 200 hours as crossing guard assistant in that school zone. Apologies to Rodriguez and the principal, in person. PSA on school zone safety, no branding. 800-word reflection. Except, Aiden's voice is small. Yes. The next 4 months are a slow, humbling grind. Week 1. Aiden at Elmwood and Carver, 7:45 a.m., 34 degrees, holding a stop sign as kids cross where he nearly killed someone. A parent recognizes him, says nothing, just stares. Week 3. He apologizes to Rodriguez, who nods, cautious. Week 5. The principal accepts his words, reminds him of the kid's safety. Week 8. PSA recorded. First draft rejected for mentioning daddy's charities. Second take. I drove 68 past children. Thought I was above rules. I wasn't. Speed limits save lives. Week 12. His reflection is raw. Money bought excuses, not respect. Respect is earned when no one's watching. The compliance log is meticulous. Every hour accounted. 4 months later, final review. Aiden stands, voice steady. Rules protect. Money doesn't make me special. Respect is character, not net worth. Saying my dad can buy you showed how little I understood power. Caprio signs the order. License reinstated. Matter closed. Don't return. Providence adopts Caprio's policies. Influence logs, clerk hotlines, beacon audits, contempt memos. Speeding drops 28%. On a quiet Friday, Caprio closes his bench book, margin note stark. The bench is not for sale. It never was. He thinks of Aiden in the cold, stop sign in hand, kids safe. He locks the door, justice's flame burning brighter. This wasn't just a traffic case. It was a reckoning. Aiden entered a prince, left a penitent. The courtroom, a crucible, forged consequence from arrogance. Every cuff click, every humbled word, every repaired beacon was a victory for the little guy, the working mom, the kid crossing the street. Caprio didn't just judge, he taught. And in 31 minutes, he reminded a city, a nation, that no one, no matter how rich, how connected, is above the law. The thrill wasn't just the showdown. It was the fallout, the reform, the redemption. Aiden's smirk is gone, replaced by a man who knows power isn't inherited. It's earned, one safe crossing at a time.